Afternoon, folks. Welcome back. You've been all so good. You've got out to meetings, you donated money, done everything. But there's one more thing got to be done. We got to stop these sons of whores that want to take and after spending 2.5 years on this fucking consolidation, merger, amalgamation, whatever, they're trying to figure out what the council seats. From Mary McClellan right through to John Dunbar, Gary Maddy Esquire, and the wonderful Harris McNamara as well. They're making total changes. That East Tracadie, Grosvenor, Linwood would all be part of Harbushy riding. That some of Heatherton, Afton Reserve, Bayfield would basically be part of Monastery, and they're trying to break the communities apart, and it's not going to work. But you got to email, for those of you that are tech savvy, it's extremely important to send email out to Bruce Kiley, B-R-U-C-E, Bruce Kiley, K-I-L-E-Y, at ns.ca. And he is at the URB, the Utility Review Board, Halifax, and you might want to suggest subject, Antigonish County Boundary Review. And they're pushing this and with warp speed after fucking around for 2.5 years on something nobody wanted. Now, look, in Annapolis County, beautiful Annapolis Valley, they, for some reason, don't have their bound review done, and they asked the review board for an amendment. And they're going to give them an extension. The present municipal election, which is coming up on Saturday, the 19th day of October, they're going to run their election on the same boundaries as they had before. And the same thing should be done here. Same thing should be done here in Antigonish County. Let the 10 councillors, or whoever is not offering for council seat, run on the same boundaries as they're running now. So again, please get your sons, daughters, granddaughters, in-laws, outlaws, daughter-in-laws, yourselves, if you're tech savvy, it's Bruce. The email address is Bruce, B-R-U-C-E, there's a dot after it, Kiley, K-I-L-E-Y, at ns.ca. And I'm going to repeat that one more time, please, because it's Bruce, B-R-U-C-E, Kiley, K-I-L-E-Y, at ns.ca. And you might want to put on it subject Antigonish County Bound Review, so it gets the right individual then. And I can't emphasize how important it is that we got a bunch of emails in, just like so many of you wonderful people come to Heatherton. They ask Gorbachev, the last Soviet leader, and Politburo, what made the difference? And they said Ronald Reagan at Reykjavik, Iceland, way out Atlantic, Reykjavik, Iceland. And Reagan wouldn't do a deal, and he stayed steadfast to his things. Well, it's the same in Heatherton. Every one of you that got up at that mic, and every one of you that showed up that night, there's no question. There's a very gracious lady I speak to sometime in other business, and I happened to notice that she was at the meeting because she's not very political. And I said to her, but very extremely community-oriented, but not partisan political. And I said, what did you think of the meeting tonight, by the way? I noticed you were there. Well, she said, John, I think we gave the Premier a lot to think about. And she added, very uncharacteristic for this lady, and she's a super wonderful lady. She said, I don't think Tim Houston's going to sleep very well tonight. I'm going to repeat that. She said, we think we gave the Premier a lot to think about tonight. And she added it, paused a bit and said, I don't think the Premier's going to sleep very well tonight, Tim Houston. And by God, the next day he was sitting steadfast, sticking his guns, And next day I heard at 5 o'clock news on the radio station that he said he was surprised how few of the councillors that were actually at the meeting. And that there wasn't one of the councils that was promoting it were there. So he was sent out to the wolves. There was credit he came down. You have to applaud him on that one. He had the guts and courage to come down and face the music, expression goes. And then they got thinking and said, well, if these sons of whores trying to push this and put me in political heat can't show up at the meeting in their own area. I came down from Halifax, or Pictou. It was a weekday meeting, so he came down from Halifax during a weekday, and they couldn't show up. And by God, that Thursday afternoon, John Lord, who was credit put out, said, yes, both councils had voted for it twice, but we're not putting it through to the lawmen. We're not putting it through for third reading because we can't go against the wishes of the people. So this is quite similar. If you find folks taking go ahead and put an email out to them, numbers, voices do matter. It's like Joe ONeal told me of a company one time. He said, well, they're small right now, but it's like strawberries, he said, like wild strawberries. You put enough of them in a bowl with cream and sugar on them, they taste pretty good. Joe ONeal, he was one of the higher ups. He was in charge of woodlands at a large pulp company in New Brunswick. Joe told me this years ago. He said, John, they're small, but they're like wild strawberries. You put enough of them in a bowl with cream and sugar, and it tastes pretty damn good. Well, all the people collectively, it's like bees or whatever, busy bees. So please, again, it's Bruce, BRUCE, period, KILEY, at ns.ca. And that's great. Thank you very much. Thank every each one of you wonderful people. All the best, and God bless. God bless all of you. Thank you. Bye.